Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday morning, February 22nd. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So, two things to start with. I think they're very important takeaways for us if you trade every day. Number one, if you think any analyst knows more than you or I, again, this is a perfect example that they just guess also. Okay? So, I don't think there's so-called experts out there. Number two, and more importantly for our purposes, we know who we're trading against. Look at these highs so far in ES and NQ. ES now has an all-time high in the overnight, slightly. Look at NQ. Remember these two daily lows and that very small gap fill? Look at what we got up to. So even though the emotional trading continues, we know it's being driven by short-term traders. This is a pretty large gap, a very large gap. So the odds of it taking back on a day like today, on the first day, are not good. Just keep that in mind, right? Also, do you notice that Apex offered a 90% off and one-day funding after yesterday? And why is that? Well, quite simply, even though I didn't take advantage of the long here, right? No trade is a trade also. I didn't expect them to do that. I can assure you thousands upon thousands upon thousands of accounts got blown up with each tick as M period went up. Okay, remember, casinos aren't in the business to lose money. Neither of these are these funded prop shops. Okay, now, we have a 24 wide overnight POC down at 773.50. That was going to be an upside destination. It's now a downside destination by 100 points in NQ. ES had a 25 overnight at 23. It's now a downside destination by 35 handles, 34 handles. So, again, with a gap of this magnitude, you're going to have to let this market breathe a little bit to give you better entry points, I believe. Righty might be gapping, but nothing of the magnitude of us in NQ. Now, keep in mind, ES was in a 2-week balance, right? Yesterday's low got down to 59. Not that close to the balance low, which is 36. But we thought we had a chance to test it. Well, guess what? Now you're testing the balance high. So balance rules, to me, like I've said many, many, many times, are much more important than gap rules. Okay, gap and go. Please. Balance rules are going to be much more important this morning. So front running this overnight high and the all-time high to start is not a bad short if this is around where it is, to see if the balance high holds. Now remember, SPY isn't in balance. SPY is one time framing up for 6 weeks. But ES, okay, is in balance. NQ's coming into balance. Remember, NQ is down on the weekly and the daily. So a short against this overnight high and the all-time high, first time isn't bad, okay? As far as a long, again, I need a little more to lean on to just grab a long, okay? We're trading at 58. Our gap fill is 98. It's a $6 gap. Way too big to say, okay, I'm going to buy it here and go right away. Now, we might go and get that all-time high and the overnight high right away. If we do, we're now in uncharted territory again. If NQ takes out this mess, single prints they have right above at 989, and then their all-time high is up at 121.50. Okay? So that's still 120 points higher for them. So you don't have to push the button at 9:30. We talk about that all the time in my trading room. We have 13 time frames. Wait for a trade that you're comfortable with. All right? Everybody just sees everybody hitting keys as soon as the market opens. That's not trading. Let market-generated information try to guide you, okay? So, again, the only play I would recommend right now, not because the market's bad and because the gap's going to get filled, but a very visual area, if this is your overnight high, it's a decent risk-reward short the first time. Plus, obviously, the whole overnight is long. Where am I looking for long? Not sure yet. I can't be any more honest than that. Probably not against this daily high. So I'm not sure. If you're in the trading room, as the day A period is forming, I'll let you know. But right now, it'd be foolish, and I'd also be lying to both myself and to you if I told you I was looking for a long. And then on the chart, So here's the weekly. So SPY, 7 weeks now, including this week, as we're attempting to make an all-time high again, okay? Right now, we're trading 30 cents above the all-time high. So this isn't a balance high for SPY, but it certainly is for ES, because last week ES took out the previous week's low. So balance rules big time in ES up at that all-time high level. And the daily, remember, I incorporated this as one big balance. So on the daily, it is still balance rules applying on SPY as well as ES. 503.50, the all-time high in SPY, is the balance high. We're trading at 503.78. Are we going to slightly stretch the balance high? Are we not going to even get to it, or are we going to blow through it? So please remember, balance rules are in effect. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.